Good afternoon. My name is Catherine, and these are my audience members. Today, I will be talking about why upcycling and thrifting is more beneficial for the environment and the economy. Buying secondhand clothing reduces the waste on fabric in this economy. People are able to save more money if they're buying lower priced items in thrift stores. Fast fashion tends to die fast and leads to consumerism. It just sits in your closet and you don't even wear it, especially if it's trendy clothes. A plus is finding unique things suited to you and most likely isn't available anywhere anymore. Another plus is finding dream finds for a lower price than you would in real retail stores, especially big brands like Nike, Adidas, Hollister, big brands that tend to overprice a lot of things, especially if you can find them in thrift stores. Thrifting reduces landfill waste and pollution. One of the sources Never mind, hold on. Upcycling extends the life of clothing, meaning you can see most people go to thrift stores, buy clothes that people don't really find flattering or they just don't like the design or anything. But upcycling means giving it new life, which a lot of people tend to buy like a $5 shirt and then they make it into a dress or a nicer shirt that is more appealing to buy. Less clothing production means lower water use and carbon emissions. A source that I used was United Nations Environment Program, Fashion and Environment Impact. It explains how fast fashion creates pollution, waste, and high water use. Upcycling and thrifting clothes helps reduce these kinds of problems. Some places where you can buy secondhand clothing is ThredUp, which is an online thrift store. Depop, I think, is also online. Poshmark, also online. Goodwill, Salvation Army, and Plato's Closet. Those are like thrift stores where you can go in person and look. Another point that I had thought of was that children often tend to outgrow shoes and clothing really fast, and that can be expensive for families. So thrifting, instead of buying like big brands, would be really economically helpful for those types of families. Most thrift stores often donate to charities and communities, which is something good, beneficial for the world. Upcycling allows for a broader horizon of creativity in people. So when you go into a store, you can find like a piece and it would be like, I don't know, weird, but some people will like see a vision and they will make it work, and that just brings more creativity into the world. Having thrift stores allows for more jobs to be open, meaning less disemployment. The more thrift stores that are open, the more people are hiring, more jobs. People also create small businesses out of upcycling old clothes, which allows them to make money. Not a traditional job, but it allows them to earn some money for old clothes that could be used by someone new. The production of clothes takes up a huge amount of water. An example would be the production of one cotton t-shirt, which can take thousands of liters of water just to produce one t-shirt. Thrifting and upcycling promotes a more sustainable economy focused on reusing instead of waste. And an example I had brought was my Bible. People often tend to buy these Bible cases for like $60+ and I had liked it, but I realized I had crafting supplies like fabric and ribbon, so I decided to make it myself instead of spending money because I already had all the supplies. And then another source that I used was Springer, an exploratory study on upcycling as the sustainable clothing life at home, which explains how upcycling reduces waste, extends the life cycle of clothing, and supports sustainability. Jobs. Okay, my conclusion is I think that upcycling and thrifting help both the economy and the environment because they reduce waste, save resources, lower pollution, and create jobs, and make clothes more affordable for people. And that is my speech.